So I hope you've seen the news that is shattering the internet right now is that Tanzania has overtaken Kenya as the best destination for investments in the region. This news is coming as no surprise because we've been talking about bad governance, we've been talking about corruption, and this government, this regime has hit the ground running, not to work for the people, not to take care, not to curtail the spiraling cost of living. They've just hit the ground running to steal money. So without any honor or shame, they are trying to juxtapose the Israel-Palestine war as the cause of the fuel crisis. But that's not the reason. We know everything is being controlled domestically so as to give an edge to a company called Gulf Energy, owned by a guy called Francis Koome, Jogu, and another guy called Rotich. Those are the guys who are they were given a single sourced deal to tender to supply fuel. and when Ruto got into office last year in September, the cost of fuel per barrel, cost of crude was $150. Now it's 80. So based on that number, we are supposed to be getting a pump price of 147. Now it's 217. You can see the greed that is fueling these guys. These guys want to become billionaires overnight. They want to become dynasties overnight. This is what happens when you people don't vote with your heads and you vote with your diabs. When you take elections as if it's just another beauty contest. And now we have said, and we are warning boomers that we don't want to see you during elections. And we have asked your children to speak politely with you. To tell you that you have brought us here. You all the time you're just lecturing us based on your religion, based on norms regarding the community, and I don't know what. You have to respect us because of our age and whatnot. But have you done anything worth respect? You have stolen land meant for our playgrounds, meant for our green spaces. You have cut down trees. You have gone and elected people based on emotions, not logic or common sense. That's why these KANU orphans, these KANU charlatans just keep on going to rebrand themselves. And you, in your infinite stupidity, you're just there. And then you've misled your children to elect these kind of people. And now our neighbors are overtaking us. We are happy that there is one country that is going against the odds to do something good to their people. And why? You can see even most of our commodities are now coming from Tanzania, because what have we done? We have allowed importers to influence policy in this country. We have allowed accountants in KERA, retarded accountants who don't know the nitty-gritty of creating wealth. We have allowed them now to influence policy because they are jealous. I remember we could hear the KERA Director General. He was there telling people, he goes on Jeff Koinange's show and says, I don't want to see people spending money. Who are you? Do we eat in your house? You KERA, and let me tell you now, KERA, they've gone and they've created their own militia because the courts have told them they will never use police again to raid people's businesses. Now they have created their own militia to spread fear. These are the kind of, instead of giving incentives, they are just taxing people, taxing producers. Taxing farmers, manufacturers, everything is just taxes left, right, and center. Because now they want to comply with IMF and World Bank. Now we are bending over backwards to placate to these useless Muzungu pieces of shit, and at the expense of what? At the expense of our economy. Meanwhile, those Muzungu pieces of shit are silent as Kenya Power is inflating our power bills by 30 to 40%. These guys are just stealing because the only blueprint they know is primitive accumulation, which they got from Moi. Now let's look at why Tanzania is ahead of us. It's because of all internal manufactured crises. First of all, there is this photo which I'm going to show you. It is comparing Dongo Kundu Bridge, which is up there, and then the Tanzanite Julius Nyerere Bridge, which was in Dar. They all started at the same time, but this one finished 2 years ago. The Dongo Kundu has not been completed, is nowhere near completion because the Kenya National Highways Authority, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, Kenya Rural Roads Authority are packed by corrupt engineers and tenderpreneurs. All of them just think of being paid for doing nothing. These guys don't stick on any budget, any timelines. And the donors are just clapping for them because all the requirements, is the World Bank which created them. So in our journey to liberate Kenya from the shackles of colonialism, is IMF and World Bank who are primary enemy. People think that we are going to remove personalities. No, we are fighting against these neo-colonialism, these charlatans of the Kanwera who have come now to destroy the little that we had gained. Yeah. Now let's look at their airport over here. This is the new airport in Dar es Salaam. Just look at it, how it's smooth, how it's clean. Can you compare it with the sewage that Uhuru Kenyatta and his fucked up brother Mohoho they built in JKIA Terminal 1A? Just look at how it's organized. Yeah, look. This is what an international airport should look like. Should not look like what you see over there. People are just being harassed. You can't park here. You can't do what. Now let me show you because I saw somebody trying to troll me on Twitter. This is the arrival of that Dar es Salaam airport. You can see the order. You can see the order when you are arriving, the screening, everything is very orderly. It's not like, now look at the Jomo Kenyatta. This is the arrival. The airport burnt 10 years ago. There are people who are paid 2 million a day to provide tents there. And that's why there's so much confusion. There's so much disorder. Our airport doesn't even have a functional power backup generator. And here we have people saying, hey, we are going to be which country? I don't know what. Now, there is something you don't know, that most of the port traffic, most of the people now, especially in the Great Lakes region, the East and Central Africa, they used to use the Mombasa port. Now they are using the Dar port. Because of what? Because they are more. There's less corruption, there's less bureaucracy, and there's more efficiency. Here we've been told, oh, we were doing the SGR. I spoke about the SGR yesterday, and then some people said, oh, it's for cargo, it's for what? No, the cargo has already gone to Dar, and they don't even have the SGR functional yet. You understand? When they start operating their SGR, God knows how our port will take the beating. Yeah. And this is because of you guys keep rewinding. You're rewinding Kanwera charlatans. They go and rebrand. And then you are there. You are boomers. You are a thorn to the flesh of many people around the world. Then we sit down with you. We've tried reasoning with you old bastards. You don't even like listening. You know everything. Nini wajuwaji. Even technology that you didn't even grow with. Suddenly you want to pretend to be experts. Now we want all of you to go now. First of all, we don't want you to vote, and we want you to move from any political seat, any elective seat, any appointive seat that is funded by taxpayers' money. We don't want any boomer there. So let me show you, because you may think I'm joking. Now, this is from a hotel in Dar es Salaam. Just look at the far end. You can see the ship traffic. You can see the traffic of the ships there, which are the queue, the msafara. That's a msafara of ships. And here in Kenya, we are just bragging based on fictitious statistics. Here we are just fed on kizungu mingi na catwalk. It's just lies every day. It's just memes. President Ruto goes to KRA, then some useless person stands there and says, my name is who? I was part of the finance committee. I'm the one we did the finance bill, and can you give us a holiday? And then President Ruto now says, yes, we'll give you. In fact, people are calling me Zakayo, and then you laugh, and then it becomes a meme on Kenyans and Tuko, and then it circulates on WhatsApp group, and that they call it a day. Sasa wamefanya kazi. And then you guys are there, and I knew these guys have intellectual anemia, because the more you're making them go viral, they have such a scarcity of ideas that I was shocked that Rigathi Gachagua could patent Rigiji. President Ruto could patent mambo ni matatu. They didn't even wait for the incubation of that idea. Probably they would have gotten a more refined invention. They are ahead, but they didn't even wait, because there is a scarcity of ideas. And instead of these guys listening to the people who are telling them you're doing wrong, these guys don't want to listen, because the age group of boomers, they are know-it-alls, and nobody wants to listen. Yeah, I've heard people saying that they've tried telling this, do this, do that, but these guys are so fixated on destroying the economy. So I was happy to see Kimani Ichung'wah was somewhere. He was talking. He was having a monologue. Those people were just looking at them, and that's the treatment that we need to continue giving these guys. That when they come somewhere where you are, you just look at them. Let them have monologues, ati unaona huyu sini hiyo kazi mulipatia huyu mungwana, nobody is even talking to him. That's how we should show them, because we are unable to remove them forcibly. We are unable to now trigger, elections midway. Now we have to give them clear signals that we are fed up and we cannot wait to get all of them home, from the president to the MCA. We are tired, and the boomers don't vote in 2027.